go, Shrek! Come on, give me a kiss!
People love my blowjob face.
It's a dictionary of dicks. What's wrong with this?
And mostly when I play, I'm like, I'm blowing shit up!
We have a self-jerking machine.
That's hot!
Aw, Mario, stop touching me. I'm your brother Luigi.
Pre-recorded live from across these great United States! Sometimes like to play with other things, but let's play with ourselves! Are you telling me to leave? You're like, yo, get the fuck out of this podcast. It's Pixie's time to shine.
It's bedcast. I'm gonna talk while I'm in bed.
Just don't fall asleep during the podcast, because that'd be embarrassing for me.
If there was more than one person, like if we were in a group of like 3 people or 4 people, I might fall asleep. I'd just be like, they can talk.
I thought you meant in bed with you. You're like, if there are 3 or 4 people in bed with me, I might fall asleep then. I'm like, oh.
Well, I mean, if those are the other 2 people in the podcast, then sure. We'll fall asleep. Thank you very much. If I'm comfortable enough to be in bed with them, I'm comfortable enough for them speaking for me.
So you're saying people can speak for you?
When I'm in bed, yeah.
Oh, so as long as you're in bed, I'd be like, yeah, I can take some loans out in her name. She said it's cool.
Mm-hmm. Well, don't they need, like, signatures, so, like...
While you're sleeping, I can move your hand. It's alright. That's not creepy.
Gross. Well, if you want that loan, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Oh, boy. Hey, folks. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play With Ourselves. This is the Pixie Meister here, laying in bed, not seductively at all. No, I'm serious. And with me is the beautiful, fantastic Paul. How you doing?
It's been a shitty week. I think I'm gonna bitch today. It's gonna be like Bitchcast. They'll be like, oh, Bitchy LaRue won't shut up.
I mean, you know it works because, like, if you're in a bitchy mood, I am lending a bitchy ear. I swear. So.
Well, what about you, though? First of all, how was your week?
Oh, my week was pretty good. I worked, I volunteered for extra hours, which is always fun, but I got a ton of money in my paycheck.
Cha-ching.
Got paid. Yeah, pa-ching. Took that to the pachinko parlor. Fuck. I went to the bank, and then I had more money than I thought I did, which is really nice. Uploaded videos, recording videos, I'm having that Halloween month special thing, so it's kind of stressful, but it's been really fun to play games, so that's cool. Been having a lot of annoying trouble with Ghost of Thornton Hall, like, you watched the first video, so you know that I was all complaining about how the first recording was, like, all black screen.
Yeah.
Well, today I recorded part 3, and it was, like, a 20-minute video, because I was like, oh, wait, maybe if I shorten the video, if it fucks up, then I won't have as much to do. Like, previously it was an hour and a half of black video, so this time it'd be 20 minutes of black video. But it wasn't, just a black screen for the video. It was, like, 3 seconds of the video working, and then it froze.
That's gotta be incredibly frustrating, because I've had problems like that before, and after a while you're like, And I want this LP to finish, because I watched the first episode last night. You should check out her channel if you haven't, with the Halloween Extravaganza, and I was really enjoying it, so...
Oh, I'm glad you were. No, I got it in the things. I persevered. I was like, okay, so it's so annoying because, like, anything like that is pretty annoying, especially with that game since a lot of it is dialogue, so it's kind of like, oh, my organic reactions cannot be reproduced with the dialogue that you get in that game. So, that's frustrating, but I worked out a strategy to recording those videos just in case that happens again, and it's quite annoying, but it'll work, and I'm gonna do it. Basically, just record like 10 minutes, and then stop, and then check that footage to see if it worked, and then start again, and then record for 10 minutes. That way, if something fucks up, I only have like 10 minutes of lost stuff.
Does that mean I have to look forward to an episode where you're just like super pissed Gamerpixie we all know why now? Yeah,
I'm trying to keep the, like, I don't know what's going on here. Because it's always fun to have that, like, you're going through the game and you're kind of exploring it and you're, sound like you're having fun. And then doing that. But there's so many times I'm just like, oh, I guess I should do this. And then, like, passive-aggressively say, because I haven't done this, like, 10 seconds ago. Fuck! And then I get really mad. But yeah, that'll be episode 3 where I get really pissed off. And hopefully the next episodes don't do that, because I got this what's called this routine down, this strategy. So happened this week. Also, my mom bought me another Shaq food drink.
Every
It's the
time I
same
see any
flavor.
picture of Shaq now, I think of you and your Shaq beverage or food preferences.
Preferences, yeah, like sort of. I would dare to call it some sort of genre. Like, it's so weird. But yeah, she bought me the same flavor, so I was like, you know what, that's pretty cool, because it did taste really good, and I'm sad that I didn't finish the first one, because I only drank it for the podcast, and I, like, had half of it, and I put it on my shelf, and it, like, sat there for, 4 weeks or something? I don't know, so.
I hate to say it, but that sounds a little gross at that point. So.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't drink it, it was just sitting there, and I was like, nah. So what I did is I took off the wrapper or whatever, and I laminated it. I laminated it, and I put it in my memento box, and now I have another one just for me to drink. So I'll put that in the fridge. It's in my closet right now, but I'll throw that in the fridge.
That's kind of cute that you laminated it so you can be like, I remember that time I drank Shaq food.
Yeah, well, I wasn't sure. I was like, they're obviously some sort of, like, delicacy or something, because I never see them. I don't know how my mom finds them either. I think they're in, like,
I think
the
Shaq's
sale
got
bin?
his, like, own van. Like, he's hustling out of a parking lot, and he, like, sees your mom and is like, yo, you want some of my drink? He's like, yeah. Your mom's like, yeah.
He's like, yeah. You imagine my mom not even reacting, and he's like, yeah. I know you got a daughter at home who wants my drink. Can't do a good Shaquille O'Neal. He's got Shaquille O'Neal is probably the most friendly basketball player I've ever seen in my life.
I've never met him, so...
He just looks very friendly. I don't know. I'd like to meet him someday. Be like, I drank your drink, man. I drank your drink, man. Just see his face. Be like, the hell are you talking about, kid? How old is that guy?
I don't
He's got to be way older than me.
Yeah, he's like...
What?
Yeah, he's definitely older than you, yeah. He didn't just start his basketball career today, so...
When did he start his basketball career? Do you know?
No.
You're the sportsman here, Sportmeister.
Yeah, but I'm not like the Shaq historian.
Well, you know.
Like, Shaq was born in 1960-something, and his dreams were... I have my little Shaq diorama here. When you push the lever, you can make him miss a free throw.
What? I like to go back to fucking what he wanted to do when he was a kid. Do you think he really wanted to just make drinks, but then he had to do basketball?
I like that idea. He's like, but Mom, I want to make drinks. No, you're going to play basketball. But Mom, drinks.
And then he gets his face on his drink, and then his mom is like, see, I told you. You play basketball, your face is on drinks. It's nice.
That is true. That's how life goes. Like, people don't usually change their tune at all.
But his mom had his interest at heart. Yeah, so, that's what, my week has been like. Besides today, because the, Ghost Certain Hall recording difficulties were today. I swear, it was a 20-minute video, Paul, that I had recorded, and then I had to record another 20-minute video, but the whole thing, like, figuring out what was wrong, and how to fix it, and just going through it took, like, it almost took 2 hours, so...
I believe that.
Yeah, it was just really frustrating, but it's cool. I got to play some Clock Tower 3 today. That's another thing. So I upload Ghost of Certain Hall and Resident Evil on the same day, and then Clock Tower 3 and Eternal Darkness on the same day. So I released and uploaded Resident Evil and Ghost of Certain Hall today, because it's Wednesday. So obviously I should probably record Clock Tower 3 and Eternal Darkness, but I was fucking spacing out, so I recorded Goth with Ghost of Certain Hall. And then today, like, after the whole time wasting, I was like, oh, fuck, I don't even have to record this today. So I got kind of like, oh, shit, but I'm cool. I have Eternal Darkness vids on reserve. Feels good to have, like, some sort of stockpile and routine, or, like, schedule, I guess you would say. I don't know. It's nice, though.
I do that a lot with my channel. There's a lot of videos waiting to go. Either they need to be rendered, or they're uploaded and waiting to be scheduled, or... And it is a nice feeling when you're like, okay, I'm a week or two ahead. I'm not like that on all of them. Like Sims, I always do the week of, but there are a lot of other ones that I get up ahead. And it is nice to have a little bit like, oh, I don't have to do this right now.
Yeah, which is what, like, for, gosh, last week I was doing that. Well, you know what, not last week, because we're still on the same week. Gosh, that's funny. It's only been, like, almost 3 days since I started the Halloween schedule, and it feels like forever that I've been doing it. I don't know why, like...
Is that good or bad?
It's good in terms of, like, my productivity, because if it feels like I've been doing a lot, like, chances are I have been doing a lot. And honestly, like, if you compare it, like, yeah, I'm playing all these different games, and I'm getting these recordings, like, I'm getting, like, almost over an hour of material for each individual game, like, that's a lot for me, because if you can imagine me doing that with a single game, like, I'd probably beat that game by now. So, comparatively, it's like, it's a lot of work for me. So, it feels like a lot of work in just 3 days, then that means I'm doing pretty good, and that I'm actually, like, keeping up with videos and content, because I'm usually good about that. If I feel like I'm doing a lot, it's because I am doing a lot. So... it's good. It's a good thing. I think the only negative thing about this... sorry, there's a car going by. But the only negative thing about this is... the technical difficulties. Other than that, I'm having a blast. Excuse me.
I hear you on technical difficulties. Recently, this week, I finished Gangsters, and it took me 3 different computers to record that game.
Oh, really?
Because I needed my old Windows 95-98 computer to find the game patch, because you couldn't find the game patch anywhere. And then I had to use my Windows XP PC to do most of the game footage, but there are certain things that wouldn't capture in there for some reason, or like you get, like, for certain loading screens, it would be totally black.
Oh,
and
that's weird.
so I'd have to put it into Windows 7 laptop so I could get a screenshot of that and edit that in.
Oh, jeez.
And then for the very, like, last shot, I just wanted to screen cap it, but because it's, like, 256 colors or something, that when I try and screen cap it and paste it, everything was black. It was, like, everything was black with just a little bit of white, and just, you couldn't see shit. So I ended up having to, like, reinstall the game on my laptop, which I didn't record it on, and then transfer saves, and then go to the end, and then record the video of that so I could get a screenshot that I could resize to the right format, and...
Wait, you got it to run on your Windows 7?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Windows 10 is still being a piece of shit, but it's better than 8. So I guess, I don't know. It's like, Windows 8.1, you got stabbed in the hand, and you upgrade to 10, and you got, like, stabbed in the finger. I don't know. It's not as great.
I'll admit, I was thinking about getting a new computer, and then when I've heard about the pain in the ass you've had with 10, and then when I've seen other games that aren't compatible with 10, I'm like, I'm not in as much of a rush now.
Yeah, no, sir, keep your 7 for as long as you can. And the whole update thing, whatever. 10 is silly like that. It updates the computer without telling you, which is not good at all.
That's another feature I don't like, because I do streams on Twitch. The last thing I would want would be to have that happen in the middle of a stream and be like, why am I dropping 1,000,000 frames?
Yeah, well, not only that, too, like, with interference, it's also, like, it'll update with things that's, like, oh, fuck, like, you completely screwed up this program's interaction with the OS, so it's kind of, that's how I feel. It's like, luckily, I still have a Vista laptop that I play all my old games on, because, yeah, like, Windows 10 dropped a ton of my old games, which I might be lazy about it, but I don't know. I've already jumped through a million hoops trying to get things to work. So if I have to jump through a few more, I'm probably gonna fucking just complain and then wait a little bit and then do it, because compatibility issues are a dick and they wear on you. Like, it's fucking frustrating. Plus I have the Vista, so it's like, why do I even fucking try? I'll just use this thing till it breaks. Windows 10. I'm so angry at you.
Sometimes when I tell people that I still have a Windows XP computer that I use for some things, people are like, oh, get with the times. But it's amazing how many... I hang out with a lot of old people.
XP's the best, so I don't know who says that.
Yeah. Well, sometimes too, because people are like, oh, you have to have the newest thing. And I love it because it runs like Windows XP games, which is a ton of games. It runs a ton of old software. And like it'll run Windows 95 or 98 games most of the time, too.
Yep, it does. And there's actually ways to get around if it's having trouble with 95 games as well. There's nice workarounds because the compatibility is really friendly.
I've only had one game so far that I've had a hard time with that, and that's Klingon Academy, and it will capture the in-game stuff, but it won't capture the between missions. There's like live FMV, video. Obviously, it's not.
And it won't capture that.
No, it won't capture that right for some reason. I don't know what it is.
That's the best part of the whole thing too, is the FMV.
It is. I'm like, there's Chancellor Gorkon and General Chang.
Is it all in like a small ass screen too, like the FMV, or is it full screen?
They full screen, and obviously as resolution gets better and better, it looks blurrier. But
yeah.
For a game that's like 20 years old, I'm not going to complain about that.
Pretty good. Yeah. Ugh, yeah. So basically, no one's endorsed us to say the new Windows OS sucks, but it sucks.
What I would love to imagine is there's a Microsoft guy coming over to our house. Says, right now with checks, here's money to, they hate Windows 10, never mind. Here's no Windows 10 promotion check.
It's like, it got to us too late, man. Mac came by and gave us a big old fat juicy check. I don't use a Mac, though. I'm not entirely sure how... That's funny when people are like, oh, you're a Microsoft user? Because I've had people say this before, and I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck a Mac looks like. I'm not against it. I just never seen one. Like,
it looks like a normal computer. The operating system's just different. So
I know. Well, like this thing, they're like, you never seen like the desktop of a Mac. I'm like, no. I mean, if anything, there's no. It's not even like a taskbar, but it is a bar down at the. It's like a selection menu down where the taskbar would be. And
they got a little thing down at the bottom. I forget what you call it, but you can like slide through quickly your programs.
Yeah. And that's my old, like, I live in a cave and I'm an old woman telling the Neanderthals how Mac might look. I'm not entirely sure. Like, I seen it once. Speaking of scary old women in caves, are we gonna have a Halloween cast?
We can. I don't know what we'd do, but certainly if we did, it would be the next one, because that'd be the one prior to Halloween. Maybe something to look forward to next podcast?
Maybe. I always look forward to next podcast. I like
Not the current one? I see how it is. Indignation.
Well, like, as soon as we hit record, I'm like, the luster is gone. I can't wait till the next one.
sounds like a marriage that's falling apart. As soon as I see you, the lust is over.
Well, no, I just build lust for the next one. It's fine. It's the same marriage, too.
So we could do like a 5-minute podcast and you'd be like, that was good enough for me. Satisfied.
Yeah. No, I've learned my last ability, my stamina is like at least an hour now. Yeah, I went there. Look at your face.
Well, I wasn't thinking about that in a sexual way. I was thinking about that I've been learning that with visual novels. When I do a Let's Play of a visual novel, I start off strong. Hey, everybody, look at me, look at me. But because a visual novel, usually the ones I do, I'm playing all the parts. For a while there, then you're just talking to yourself in a loud, constant rate for like an hour or an hour and a half or two. And I find that after a certain amount of time, I'm just not funny anymore. I'm just getting tired and like, when does this end? And so sorry.
No, you're probably gonna get to the conclusion of stamina.
Exactly. I've had to learn about when to take a break from it, or be like, I'll finish this tomorrow and go play a game like football where I don't have to talk as much.
Oh, good for you. Because then that way you're not stressing and putting like an unrealistic standard on yourself. Good job, my friend. You are learning. And I am being sincere, even though my voice may sound contrary.
I didn't doubt it until you pointed out that maybe it's not.
Maybe no.
Since I'm complaining, though, last night I wanted to go record. I'm like, I'm going to finish up Gangsters and play some other things. I'm all excited. And then somebody left a comment on one of my videos, one of my Let's Play videos. I think it was one of the made ones I did. And the comment was like, oh, so you're putting your videos in travel and entertainment? My video was in the wrong category. You know how YouTube has categories for each video?
Yeah.
It was in the wrong category, and I have no idea why. I've never once put up a travel and entertainment video on anything. And so I'm like, okay, I gotta switch it to gaming category. And I'm like, how long has this been wrong? And so I start going back through my videos.
Yeah.
Every video since, like, the beginning of May has been in the wrong category, and I have no idea why.
Yeah, mine's been in most of mine, and I haven't changed it, I really should, but most of mine have been in the music section. I don't know why. I don't know why. Seriously, I'm like, what? There's music in my vids, but it's not the main course.
Yeah, everything too before that is right, is gaming, and so literally I had to go through and on hundreds of videos last night, change them from travel and entertainment or leisure, whatever the fuck it is, to gaming.
That is weird. I don't know why YouTube does that. Or why it did that, because obviously it was right before, and then it just randomly went shit.
I don't have any... What are my travel logs from my basement where I record things? Now I'm sitting by the computer. Now I'm sitting on the couch.
Booking.com, everyone. Paul's couch. 3 stars. I guess. I've never been there, but that's what Booking.com says.
Considering it's like love seat size, that's pretty good. I'm not happy with that rating.
Alright, cool. Is there an air conditioning?
No, but it's in the basement, so it's more temperate.
Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay.
There's some bread on it, too, so if you want bread.
Did you say blood?
No, bread. Bread.
Oh.
There's like a loaf of bread that's like in a bag that I just threw there, so you can eat some bread when you wake up, too. My couch has everything.
Is it a bed and breakfast? Bread and breakfast. Yeah,
that's what, as soon as you said that, I was like, yeah.
Jesus. We are...
I agree.
Prime time.
And then... Oh, sorry. Were you going to say something?
No, please go, my dear sir.
And then... So last night I was up late rendering and recording videos. And one of the things I had to do last night was the same old YouTube copyright shit that I have to deal with all the time.
Uh-huh.
So I went to bed and I slept a few hours, then I woke up and I was like, I want a snack. And I'm like, I'm going to get me a brownie and put some peanut butter on it and live it up, and then I'm going back to bed.
Peanut butter on a brownie?
Yeah, it's good.
So, y'all crazy.
And so I woke up and I got my brownie out and I got my peanut butter out and I'm like, I'm going to check my emails.
No,
which was a
do
bad
that.
idea.
No.
And
yeah.
I had an email from a company, a music rights company in Europe, saying that they're going to take my video down. And I was just like, snack ruined.
I know, you should have ate your fucking peanut butter brownie before you looked. I saw that you posted that on Facebook, right? The open letter or whatever?
Yeah, it's on my Facebook or Twitter.
Oh, it's such fucking, like, I read it today and I was just like, of course Paul would get this. Of course you would. This is so fucking weird. Go ahead, tell him.
Okay,
tell him what happened.
So, one of my videos I've done on Let's Play is the Grand Theft Auto San Andreas video. And the problem with YouTube is you have these music companies who try and claim the rights to videos they don't own, videos of video game companies. So, like, Rockstar has obviously licensed any of the assets that are in their Grand Theft Auto game. So Rockstar would be the only one that would have a right to make a claim. Yep. Instead, these music videos, or these music rights companies are like, no, I own the rights to the video game in that video. It would be kind of like if your friend bought a hammer, then you went and paid your friend $5 for the hammer, and then you built a house, and then the guys who made the hammer are like, we own that house.
Yeah, actually, that's a great, that's perfect example.
And so these crooks do that, and they make all kinds of false claims on videos because most people don't know to fight them, and most people are like, oh, this giant company with a bunch of lawyers is coming after me, I don't want to fight it, I don't want to lose my channel, because YouTube will, you're guilty until proven innocent on YouTube.
Yep.
And so the guy, their company, out of Europe, had made this claim, and I went through the dispute process and the appeals process, and then the guy emails me, and he's like, you used a fair use defense. We don't have fair use in Europe.
Yeah,
we own the rights to your video.
What? You don't have fair use in Europe? Really?
And
are you speaking for all Europe? Like,
well, that's what he was, and he's like, I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. Now you have two choices. I mean, this guy was a condescending prick and trying to be a bully.
Dude, he was being a dick.
And so he's basically like, you can either make it so your video is not seen in Europe, or maybe you should just let us have the rights to make money off of your video. Otherwise, we're going to have to take it down.
Like the monetizing, which Capcom has done to me somehow. I don't actually know how the fuck they did it, but they're like, not to deter, I don't want to take away from your story, but like, there's one part where they're like, oh, hear this music box song that you're talking over? We own that. We're going to put ads on your video. And I'm like, I don't fucking care. But no one sent me an email being like, oh, crazy. Seriously, what Paul said, the whole, that's just the way it is. When I read that, I was like, what the fuck? Is this like high school bullshit going on here? He totally said that with a like, burn, man.
Yeah, he's being a total ass and total bully. This company trying to throw their weight around. And, like, the problem is, if they take the video down, what happens until I fight it, my channel is kind of bricked. I can't upload videos over 15 minutes. If I happen to upload a video when that transfer changes, when they take it down, that video will be locked for 2 weeks to 6 months before it can come out.
Why do they penalize that, by the way? Because, like, what... Like, if that's the only video right now that really... And, you know, it doesn't matter how many videos you upload that have that problem, necessarily. Like, why can't you just upload over 15 minutes anyway? Because, like, if you're uploading something that has no content in it that's copyrighted, like, why would it make a difference?
You know, I wish I knew, because that's some antiquated thing. Way back in the day, you know, YouTube had a 10-minute up limit, then a 15-limit up limit, and then they got rid of that, but I don't know why they brick channels like that. If it weren't for that, it wouldn't be as bad. It would still be fucked, but it wouldn't be as bad.
Yeah, it's still one of those things, like, you gotta ask, like, okay, like, I mean... I can understand them wanting to deter you from uploading copyrighted content over, you know, like, at all.
If it's a legitimate claim, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense either, because it's like, well, if it's not copyrighted and it's 15 minutes long, what's to say that all isn't copyrighted? So, it's just, you know, maybe it's just something to be like, hey, look, we're doing something, I guess. Because I can't think of another reason why they would be doing that.
I don't know either. It's stupid.
Yeah, but seriously, if you get to Paul's Twitter, you have a link to it on your channel, right?
Yeah,
Twitter.
Yeah, there's a link to my Twitter on my channel or my Facebook. You can find it on either one. It'd be on either of the pages. And this guy is just a total a total dick.
He is a brick, man. He's a brick in a wall of a giant fucking company that doesn't give a shit.
And so what will happen at that point is once you go through the dispute and appeals phase, a company can do what's basically a legal action, is file a DMCA takedown, which at that point your video comes down, nobody can see it, you get a copyright strike, that's where you get the brick where you can only upload things up to 15 minutes until you fight it. That lasts for 6 months. So like a channel, if you don't fight it and win, your channel is effectively bricked if it's like mine.
Which is really fucked up because they don't realize that this sort of, like, not even important, what would you even say, like, rule that they're gonna enforce can actually fuck someone in the ass when, you know, you're not even... Well, then that goes all the way back to you're guilty till proven innocent thing. Like, it's all fucked up. It's like, this guy's guilty, but he could be innocent, so we're just gonna beat the shit out of him anyway.
It's true. They don't have to prove anything to file a takedown notice. So
yeah, they don't. So
what I did is I emailed the guy back, and he's like, it's not fair use. We don't have fair use in Europe. And remember, this is a music company who's claiming they own the work of Rockstar's game Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Well, what song were they... Because usually they give you a time...
I forget what the song was. It was at 9:02 or something on the video. So if you go, it's episode 61 of the Grand Theft Auto San Andreas one. So you can go look at that if you want.
Yeah.
So I emailed the guy back.
You're like, you dick, fuck you, suck dick, I hate your mom.
No, well, I thought about being more condescending too, because he was condescending his. I wanted to be like, my dearest name here. But I was like, no, I'm going to be a little more cool. And so I just wrote back to him, I'm like, regardless of whether or not you have fair use there, obviously, unless you've bought the rights to San Andreas from Rockstar, you don't have any claim in any jurisdiction. And then I went on to write, if you file a false DMCA claim, knowingly, you can be sued for it. In fact, the first successful lawsuit of that was this year in May, where somebody had filed a bullshit DMCA claim, something got taken down, the person fought it and sued them for the penalties. There are penalties in the law about that, and sued them for the attorney fees, too.
Wow.
So I wrote the guy, I'm like, if you're going to press your false claim... now, if you're going to press your claim now, it's obviously going to be you pressing a false claim knowingly, and this email exchange is proof of that.
Ooh.
And I was like, and if you do that, then I'm going to file a counter DMCA claim. They will restore the video, and if at that point you want to sue me, you can, and then I'm going to be able to sue you for attorney fees, sanctions, loss of income, potential loss of income for not just a video, the whole channel, because of the way YouTube will break a channel. So,
woohoo! All right, Paul. Can you be my lawyer?
Well, it sounds good. Let's see what happens.
I seriously...
If this video comes up in 6 months, it didn't go so well. But legally, I am in the right. I have fought so many of these in the past. I have won every time in the past.
Yeah.
I have literally... I have a sheet now where I keep track of the bullshit copyright claims that get to the appeals process. Over like the past 2 years, I've fought and won on 53. That doesn't count any of the ones I fought prior to that. That doesn't count all the disputes I won, because I don't keep track of the disputes, only when you get to the appeals phase. Like, I've never won once, so...
Oh, wow.
I mean, lost once. Never lost once. I've won every time.
I was gonna say, I was like, you must be meaning something. You know what's funny is when you, like, know what someone's gonna say and they say the wrong thing and you still... Yeah, you're like, I already know what you meant, but for some reason, like, you said the wrong thing and I just reacted anyway. Because I was like, that is the wrongest reaction to what he said. But I knew what you meant, so I was like, yeah.
I got so pissed today, because I wanted to be like... I was like, maybe I'll wait the 72 hours that his bullshit... Not that he has any right to put a timer on me... to upload things, and I was like, no, I am so sick of these bullies that try and do that, and I've seen other people on YouTube who are my friends or people I love that get bullied out of making videos temporarily because they're scared of these companies. I'm like, if you had a legal standpoint, if you were right legally, it'd be different, but you're just a bullshit bully trying to abuse the law to steal money from people, so fuck you.
Dude, you stuck it to that bitch. What was his name? Brian or something?
I'm not going to say what it is, but if you'd like to see it, you can find the links. It's all on there.
Okay,
so.
His name is Brian Buttcheeks.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know. The music industry is like that. They're a bunch of leeches. So
They are. They're broken as fuck too. Well, we all know. We know that on YouTube. Like, how fucking weird that is. Like, the whole, like, I'll attack a video where someone is fucking talking, or there's background noise, or there's just, like, noise over a track, maybe even a segment of a track of music that an artist produced, and we'll attack that video versus we'll attack the fucking lyric video.
And the worst thing about this, too, is hardly any of these have ever gone to court, because usually if you fight these, they drop them, because they don't want to go to court, because they're not going to win. So they're just being bullies to people.
Yeah, and they're just being assholes. Like, that's actually pretty fucking crazy. Because, like, you're a giant-ass company. Like, what, is the economy so bad that you need to fucking, like, try and get money from people on YouTube? Like, and I'm sorry, it's just, like, I'm not insulting you or anything, Paul, off of popularity, but I'm like, seriously, like...
That video has,
I'm
like...
I'm not trying to be mean.
No, that video has, like, 400 views. They would have made, like, 10 cents off of it.
I know, like, that sounds mean, but I'm just making a point, like...
It's not mean, it's real. I agree with you. That video is not popular. It's...
Maybe, I don't know, they get, like...
Well, they can add enough people. They fuck enough people over, though, that adds up to money for them. Mm-hmm.
But still, I don't know. They must be making some dough, because I'm trying to put together in my brain, like, the like, compensating the whole, like, you have to pay, like, fucking people to look for these videos and make these claims and that
Well,
sort
they
of
don't,
thing.
That's because of YouTube's content ID system. YouTube does all the work for them. YouTube's like, this video might be yours, and they automatically check what they want done.
Oh, Jesus, then that would make things a lot less cost-effective.
Yeah,
they more cost-effective.
And most of them will automatically be like, yes, ours, yes, ours, yes, ours, yes, ours. And then you're stuck in months of appeals and disputes. And I hope that's going to change, because this year we're finally having the first lawsuits where people are fighting back and successfully fighting these companies that are abusing the system.
Awesome. That is good. That's a nice little inspiration there for us YouTube users.
I agree. After all the time we've been oppressed by these fuckheads...
We have...
That's a technical term. If you look it up, that's not libel or slander. That's in the dictionary. Fuckheads.
Fuckheads.
Yes.
It's spelled F-U-K...
Heads.
H-E-E-D-E. Heeds.
From the old Latin fuckheadio.
Fuckheadio. I don't know why that's funny. Fuckheadio? I don't know.
I don't know why, but for some reason that makes me think of some guy in a toga in ancient Roman days that's in a stripper club. And now, ladies, your favorite fuckheadio.
But it's played on like a harp.
On a whore? That's even better.
A whore?
Bring the whore over here that I may play, huh?
You just like poke her with like a sharp...
Oh, I poked a whore before. It's not
God.
anything to brag about. I regret everything I ever did and said.
Did someone sue you for the whore because he made the stick? I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what I was
that
doing.
Is half my LPs are me tripping over words and making jokes about it, or me saying something, being like, I don't know where I'm going. Anybody, I'm sorry.
That's me too. I've like even resorted to like just not even acknowledging the dumb thing I just said, just kind of like saying it in a louder volume, and then you can hear me just kind of like, heh. like laugh at myself, and I don't even say like, "What was that? That was dumb." I'm just like, I'm used to my shenanigans.
I have some videos where I feel awkward or bored, where sometimes I'll make a little cat noise, and usually the mic doesn't pick it up well. Yeah, like that. And somebody commented on one of my videos today with a time marker. They're like, "Did you make a cat noise?" And I'm gonna have to be like, "Yeah."
Yes, I did. Like that, because Paul's so sophisticated, talks, usually you express yourself through
Words.
proper sentences, yeah. Whereas I'm sitting over here going...
That's because you've been hanging out with me. Remember the early podcasts? I was just like...
That's true. What was it? Said this is the show where Paul makes sounds and I imitate. Yeah. Oh, lordy.
A friend of mine started not podcasting. Whenever...
Really? Competition now.
Since we started doing the podcast, like, I say that about everything. I'm like, I gotta go record vidcast tonight.
Vidcast?
I have a friend who started Let's Playing, and she started putting up videos this week. If you want to look her up, her name is Galactic Goldfish. She just started. I mean, it would be awesome to support her. And so I go to watch it, and she's playing Ark. I don't know if you're familiar with that game.
Fuck, no, I'm not.
Basically, you're kind of like on an island, and there's dinosaurs, and it's kind of like a cool version of Minecraft. A bunch of Minecraft nerds got mad all of a sudden.
Well, Minecraft, that's funny, a cool version of Minecraft, that's actually saying something, because Minecraft isn't that cool anymore. To me, anyway. It was cool when it came out.
Well, it's more adult. Like, you can hunt dinosaurs, or you can train them and ride them, and different things like that. You build houses.
Yeah.
And so she's playing that, and she's done a really good job of, like, editing out the slow harvesting parts you find in games like that. And, like, the audio is really well balanced. You know, we all start with what we've got, so maybe it's not the greatest mic. And so she's like... A couple days ago, she asked for help, and I tried to help her, and I failed, because I think she figured it out on his own. And she sends me a link, though. I'm like, I want to see it when it's done. And I go watch it, and I'm like, the audio's leveled well, it's edited well, the slow parts are sped up, and it flows really well. And I'm like, oh my god, I've been Let's Playing for years, and she, on her very first video, did a better job than I have.
Well, you know, I guess we're, what the fuck, late bloomers or something?
I'll be a man someday.
No place like home. Man, child. No, that's cool. What's your name again?
Galactic Goldfish.
Oh, you're gonna can you put a link to that in this video?
Yeah, let me write, yeah.
Yeah, you can write down the link right now and then...
No, I'm gonna write myself a note to that.
No, I got you. Cool, so everyone, Galactic Goldfish, go check out her video or her Let's Play of Ark. I assume she's still in the process of playing it right now. She hasn't finished it.
Yep, she just uploaded.
Uploaded.
You would think after all these years I knew what the fuck uploaded is. I uploaded my first video apparently in 2007 on my main channel, not my LP channel, and I still don't know what it is. Yeah, so there'll be a link in the description to Galactic Goldfish's channel, because Gamerpixie is much smarter than me. I'm just like, put names, and you're like, why don't you put a link? Technology, and I'm like, huh?
Well, you know, I've watched so many videos. The only reason I know that is because I watched a lot of videos where, like, there's a link in the description below, and I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. Plus, that way, you know, when you, I don't know, people are lazy like me, so if you're like, oh, there's a link in the description below, I'm more likely to check something out instead of searching for it, because I'm lazy as fuck. So, Galactic Goldfish, go check her out, give nice comments, or just check it out, you know?
I did that last night. I think I was watching your videos or something, and I didn't want to type anything in, so I was like, well, if I click to my channel, there's a link to her channel from there.
Yeah! I do that too. Like, if your fucking YouTube is weird, but the sidebar that has the subscriptions is, if yours is not on, like, the top and I have to scroll down, I have you, like, bookmarked, so I'll just pull that out. I'll be like, yeah, that was probably more clicking than it would have been just to scroll down, but it's kind of oh, dude, yeah, like, the sidebar is kind of a clusterfuck in itself, because it's just a lineup of different little circles with the profile pics in them, which for some reason is more confusing. I'm not sure how, but it's just a ton of colors and shit.
At least you can...
recently,
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, recently that you gave me a snapshot of the subscription page, which really is like... I mean, you gotta give them credit. At least they are showing people you subscribe to their uploads. They're just doing it in a way that's like... you know, in a TV show with cops and stuff, they're like, the murder is here, and they have that wall that's just fucking, like, plastered with pictures and maps and, like, evidence, and it's just like, it's in the background, you're like, they ain't using this bullshit. That's what it's like.
What YouTube sometimes does, for if nobody knows what we're talking about, is they will roll out new things to only some of the users. Like, usually my Let's Play channel will get something new. So the other day I get on my main channel on my PC, and I go to the subscription page, because that's what I go to all the time, because the homepage is useless.
Yeah.
The recommended
BuzzFeed
stuff is like all this area of nothing I want to watch.
It's like, want to watch BuzzFeed? Want to watch Good Mythical Morning? And you're like, can you just fuck yourself? I haven't even seen Good Mythical Morning, and now I hate those two guys. Like, I'm like, go fucking die.
If there is ever a convention that Gamerpixie and I are both at, go ask her about BuzzFeed, please.
Fucking hate BuzzFeed. I do. BuzzFeed is stupid, and their website is stupid, and the things, they're like, I can't even, no, I won't. I'm not gonna get mad. I'm just gonna walk away. I really do hate BuzzFeed, though, because they're like, oh, look at this. This will change your life. And you watch it, and you're like, fuck you. You just got a click and a view from me. God damn it. Like, it works, too. Well, it used to work, not me. Like, I don't know. Well, everyone uses Facebook. You're just dying over
I
there.
am, because, like, usually Gamerpixie is so fucking mellow. You're so mellow, but when it comes to BuzzFeed, you get pissed. And then I just like to imagine at BuzzFeed headquarters, they're like, I bet she'll click on this one.
Yeah, no. Well, like, this is the thing, is that I'm kind of a drama queen. Like, I exaggerate, because, I don't know if you can hear that plane going by, but, they do this thing, and I think I've only fallen for it, like, twice. And fallen for it is that's a very loose phrase for that, but they do this thing on Facebook especially. They're like, oh, and what this girl does next will shock you, and oh my god, I hate that. I hate that so much. Now other videos are doing it too, and other like fucking, oh, what's new sites. We have news, but we're not actually giving you fucking news, like BuzzFeed. And, God, like, I know, what was in the first podcast episode, we were talking about pet peeves. Well, that's one of my new pet peeves, is that whole tagline. The teacher went to see his student, and what he does next will shock you. And, like, when I read that, I literally don't watch the video. I'm like, you haven't given me enough information. I'm not gonna watch this now.
And they use that for, even...
different
text articles. I hope that's a thing that 10 years from now we look back and be like, oh, remember in the teens when they used to do that? That was annoying.
It is, well, it is annoying, because it's like, obviously, you think I'm stupid.
No, I don't.
I was stupid. No, not you. Obviously, they think you're dumb, because you're like, oh, this cat fell off a bridge. What happens next will surprise you. And you're just like, obviously, you think I'm dumb, because I'm like, oh my god, I want to be surprised again. It's like, if you just wrote, like, cat falls off bridge, miraculously ends up on dolphin's back, read more, then I'll be like, okay, I'll read more. But the whole it's not even condescending, it's just like waving the keys in front of my face, and I'm just sitting there with a straight ass face. Sorry.
I think you said you
straight
were... sorry,
look. Just like a dull look, like a Garfield look on my face. I'm just staring at him like, what? I don't... Take your keys away and just tell me the facts. Don't try and put some salt and pepper on this. Just tell me, because I just find it it deters me from even reading the article. And when you do read the article, it's always written by someone who's like, yeah, 2015, man.
I'm so glad you say that, because as I'm getting older now, I look at that, I feel like I'm the crotchety old man. I'm like, this is fucking shit.
The crotchety old man?
Yeah, that too.
That's what I heard. I feel like the crotchety old man.
I feel it a lot. That's why I can't go on the bus anymore. That reminds me of my pet peeve. I'll get back to the subscription thing in a moment. But when you watch a how-to video and it takes them 3 goddamn minutes to get to the subject.
Oh yeah.
They're like, and make videos, and I don't care about your life story. My plumbing is leaking. I kind of need to know how to fix it now. I'm having a computer problem. I don't care about your subscriber shit.
Yeah, comment, rape, and rape. Yeah.
Comment, rape, subscribe. Whoa. You're
comment, rape, and subscribe. Woo! Wonder, I don't know. It does sound like a Gamerpixie beta there, but okay. And it's like, I'm just saying rape. Okay, sorry. I know someone out there, what are you talking about? I'm like, I'm not actually, God damn.
I'm being raped right now.
Oh, jeez, and what will happen next will surprise you.
That was well done.
Thank you.
Now the subscriber thing is boring in comparison.
Yeah,
I'm like,
raping, like, I don't know. Well, ooh, that sounds nasty, but you know what I was saying.
Yeah. I like how you get that far into it before you're like, yeah, maybe that's not so good.
Well, it's funny, because my sense of humor off the podcast versus on, like, I don't know. I mean, I have the same sense of humor, I have to censor myself. Serious, I'm one of those people. I think Paul and I are probably way more sick in real life than we are on the podcast. Wouldn't you agree? Like, we're a little more...
There are certain jokes that it's like if you're in a public setting, there are certain jokes you only tell around your friends because you know what their triggers are and what's okay with them. You know, where certain things you just don't go out in public and be, you know, jokes.
Yeah. So sorry if anyone listening, if rape is the word is a trigger for you, because apparently we're insensitive bastards now. So
I've always been. So back to subscriptions.
Yeah. Wait, we talked. Okay, yeah. Hold on, subscriptions. Just put that in the corner again, because.
Okay.
Another brain blast. Shit. Now it feels irrelevant. But I was talking to Paul. Post podcast conversation on last episode. By the way, today's this episode is 16. I can't remember if we said that or not.
I didn't. I never remember what number. I'm always like, it's 2, 3...
200? No, yeah. But Paul and I were talking about how, like, it's funny, like, what were we talking about, like, how when you know you don't really have anything to talk about, but if you start talking about, like, sex or anything to do with sex, then this whole, like thing opens up, like, this whole, like, because last time our scenario was about you being naked in a shower with another man, right? Right?
I'd like to clarify, it was not our scenario on the last podcast, it was your scenario.
Yeah, but we went along with it, so it was, like, technically yours.
I like how the fact that I humored you and was like, okay, you're like, yeah, you were consenting to the butt sex. Like,
you were. Well,
you're like, you wanted that guy, you wanted to jiggle for that man behind you. It was like, oh.
You did. Which, there's evidence, because I was gonna be... Did
you Photoshop my head on some, like, porno shot of some dude?
No, no, you're close. Like, I was at work, and I was so fucking bored, so I pulled out my sketchbook, and there is 2 body models that I drew, and then I got bored hella fucking fast, so I couldn't finish them, but I was gonna be, like, creepy and scan it and send you a photo and be like, this is you with Jeff. I don't know. But I was just saying that, like, it's funny how when you talk about sex or anything to do with sexual stuff, you're like, oh yeah, conversation away. But anyway, back to subscribe things.
Well, I think the sex thing, though, is there's some things that are, like, pre-programmed into our brains that we have to do. Like poop. Yeah. Everybody's got to poop at some point, right?
We do.
Somebody's like, I don't have to poop. It's not relevant to me. Fuck off, poopless.
Fuck off, the fucker.
I love that rap. Yeah. Played at my wedding. I like the silence. You're like, you're never going to get married, old man. Tumbleweed rolls by. Sadness.
Thought you were gonna get in like a fucking draw match with her. Him, whatever. What's the wedding stylist? Was it her? I don't remember. Where am I? I'm on my bed? Okay.
That is like me in video games when I'm playing a Let's Play. And I'm like, well, episode 22. I don't remember anything that happened in the episode I recorded 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know. And today I was like in the save loading screen, and I was like, I hope we were here last video, because I can't remember if we were. I have the power to see Paul, and I see Paul with a piece of paper on his dick. What do you...
Well, I'll quickly do the subscription story. So, YouTube sometimes will roll out things to some users, but not everybody else. In theory, it's so they can try a new thing and get feedback, but what happens with feedback is if you give YouTube feedback, they take it and throw it away, because they don't pay attention.
Yeah.
So I go on my subscription page. Most of you, if you go on your subscription page, you will see a thing where there's the name of the channel, and there's their most recent video. Name of another channel, most recent video.
Yeah.
If I go on Firefox, or if I go on my laptop, it's like that. So, that's what I use, because the home page is crap. So I use the subscription page to see what's been put out. Even though that's got flaws, too. So I go on on my main channel, my cartoon channel, I go on the subscription page, and instead of being, like, name, video, it is this jumbled mess of things have come out today, and it is every video that came out today. It's just this giant clusterfuck of everything that came out each day. I'm like, how can I find anything in this?
It is quite annoying. Actually, that's what makes, if you guys are making videos or anything, like, that's where I would really encourage you to start making custom thumbnails, because it'll pop out in that fucking, mass wall of just fucking shit. But even with the custom thumbnails, like, when I opened it up, I was like, holy shit, there was, like, a million different things there. And yeah, it was like, this lady, because I'm subscribed to a lot of cooking channels, it was like, this lady uploaded this thing about, like, chocolate cake, and then it's like, oh, SuperPaul uploaded all this, and then, like, oh, this person but it wasn't all, like, in a nice consecutive order going from subscription, or, like, from, channel. It was just, like, everywhere, no rhyme or reason, not even alphabetized.
And it pissed me off, because it's like, that's the one thing I still use on YouTube that sometimes works as the subscription page, and they're like, why don't we fuck this up too?
Did it work before? I never used it till you were like, hey, look at this page, and I was like, oh, fuck.
I always, ever since they even came out with Cosmic Panda, it used to be when Cosmic Panda was around, though that thing was an abortion, you could change it so that your homepage was still subscriptions. Then they got rid of that because they all want you to be on the homepage to look at their bullshit recommended videos.
Yeah.
And so I just changed my bookmark. Sorry for interrupting.
No, you're fine. I interrupted you.
I changed my bookmark, on my browser just to go right to the subscription page. And most people I know are that way too. And that's usually the way I find stuff quicker. And now with this jumbled mess, I don't know.
Yeah. Excuse me. I don't... You said they try things out like this. You know what's funny, though, is they'll probably just do this. Because they say try, but they do.
In virtually every case, because I've had a number of channels where they try something new with it first, and almost every case it gets implemented. Because I did look online, I've seen some other people who have had the same thing, so they've only rolled it out a little bit. I hope they decide not to roll it out to everybody, and they keep it the way it is for most people right now, but...
Nah, I don't know. This is how they were when they were like... oh, we're going to change your channel's layout, see what you think, and then it was like, okay, you have fucking 20 days till we switch over, which is funny, because to me that's like, you go to the guy in the prison cell, and you're like, you got 20 days till you're fucking executed, and it's like, okay, well, I might as well enjoy what I got going, except for... in comparison, his cell was probably like a freaking wonderful palace room with nice pillows and a posturepedic bed and shit, whereas, the old channel layout was really nice.
I do miss the old channel layout.
Me too, because it was an actual page. It wasn't like a weird segment of YouTube page sort of thing. I don't know how to describe that. We talked about this, I think, last time. I can't remember if we talked about it after we recorded Podcast 15 or during. But, basically how, like, it was more personalized. It was,
you could set things, you could put a background the way you wanted to. The old YouTube was a lot better at making it feel like a sense of community before, people took over.
Yeah, people took over. The people. Oh, Jesus, heaven, man. Did you have dick paper? What's in there?
I have a piece of paper on my lap with questions. Not a lot of questions this week, which is all right, because I really appreciate...
No, it's not all right. It's not all right. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. No, I'm kidding. I love y'all. I have no life. That's why I'm mad. Go ahead.
We've had amazing people ask questions over a lot of weeks, though, and I appreciate everybody that's listened. Cause
no, we really do, and I appreciate too. I'm just giving you shit. You know how Pixie works.
We've had a lot more people listen to the podcast than I ever thought we would when we started. So
yeah, so thanks a lot for that. It actually is quite motivational.
All right, this first question I don't quite understand. Amy Griggs asks, "How do you upload videos to YouTube?" You click on the upload button and then pick the video you want. If you want more details, maybe I'm not understanding the question.
I'm doing the educational music.
Oh. I thought you got bored of me.
No, I was doing the how to upload a video.
Oh, like when you'd be in school, you'd have to like watch those shitty videos.
Yeah, no. When I went to work for Safeway, they had that too, where they're like working at Safeway.
I remember that working at KFC a long time ago. And the worst thing is like your first day. Like, none of it sinks in hardly, because you're learning everything. Like, they throw you all that bullshit, and you're like, what? I'm lost, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Dude, I, like, the weirdest shit set in from my training thing. It was, like, it was just so weird. Like, I started first day of work, and I was like, well, yeah, if there's any spills in the aisles, I have to use products to close off the spills so people don't slip. And I'm standing there doing the exact... Like, I didn't deal with the spill till, like, maybe my second week of work, but that was one of the things I remembered. I was like, yeah. Which is really stupid, by the way, so... Not me remembering that, but the actual act of blocking... Don't... Okay, I'll have... Maybe next podcast we'll talk about how stupid... Alright, it's Halloween! We'll talk about scary work environments! Woo! I'm a horse!
I would have nothing to talk about next time, because you'd have all these great horror games, because I've had a lot of fun watching the horror games that are coming out on your channel.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be like, I played a horror game a long time ago. I played D, because I like that... Well, that's not the sentence I wanted to say.
Ooh, well, honestly, that really holds up. I mean, like, I don't feel like all the shit I've played on my channel, like, I really like the game D, and I am really surprised that you played that, and I think it would, like... If you played that on your channel somehow, totally wipe all of my other work out of the water, man. Blow it out of the water, rather. Wipe.
The only horror...
I don't know how that works.
The only horror-themed game I've played recently was doing the Frambeau LP with Lauren, but that's over on her channel, so...
It is. Another link in the description! Wah!
And our last question is from Eccentric in Question.
Eccentric in Question. Does that mean like he's in jail for questioning or something?
You got questioned this. You've got too many questions. That's this week. That's how this week has gone.
It really has.
It's like the kind of week where you're like, I want the piece of pie that is left, and you come home and you're like, someone ate it. Oh. Or like before the podcast, like I had 2 loaves of bread on my couch there because I just happened to throw them there, and one of them was moldy, and I was like, that's this week.
Oh, dude, that's the worst. Especially when you're like going to make a sandwich and then you see it and you're like, oh, man. But at least you have another piece of loaf of bread, so that's cool.
Yeah, I get kind of anal that way. It's like I like to have backups. I'm like, just in case. Eccentric in not question, but Texas asks, question, have y'all ever heard of Undertale?
No.
Oh my god, Undertale is an awesome, really quirky indie game. It's about this like little girl who goes to how do you I don't remember what it's called. You go to like the Underdark. It's kind of like a quasi hell thing, and there's all these beings in this area, and
beans.
Yeah, beans too. And like the head of it, his goal is, I think he needs a human sacrifice. He needs souls. He wants to break through into the world of humans and basically destroy humans.
Mm-hmm.
And the game is really weird and quirky. There are going to be spoilers, so if you're going to play it, don't listen to me on this point. I don't have too many spoilers.
Yeah.
But you can beat it multiple ways. So you're like, other games have that. Like, you can beat it a violent way. But what happens is if you beat it a violent way, there's a character who learns the violence, and he turns your game off.
Oh.
Like, literally, the game, like, when you get to the end, he literally shuts the game off. Like, the program ends, and, like, when you start up, you try to start it up again, he does, too. So you can either beat it, like, that way where you defeat everybody, or it's the game where you can beat it by being, without killing anybody.
Oh, jeez.
You can
Deus Ex Machina did that.
You can befriend the monsters, you can get to know about them, and, like, if they have a problem, you can become their friends.
Yeah. Deus Ex Machina isn't like that.
No, it's just... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, please, go ahead.
Well,
sounds interesting.
I was watching a Let's Play the other day, and I play a lot of Let's Plays that are violent, too. And it's a game where you can play it pacifist, where you can go through and not kill anybody and make friends and have still a happy resolution. It's like really... Aww. It's not often you see that.
No.
And it's not a kid's game. It's not like, hey, happy funny town.
I'm looking it up right now. on the tail.
Yeah, I saw it on Twitch. There's a guy I watch on Twitch called Super King, because I like watching people with super in their title because it reminds me of me. Speaking of which, there's going to be a Let's Play that comes out next week that is a video game about me.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Talk about narcissistic. I'm a Let's Player who's playing a Let's Play that's a game about me.
Well, it's not that. I mean, I would probably freak out a little bit. Well, I wouldn't freak out, but I probably would be really hyped up to play a game about myself. I don't have a game made about me.
If I had more time, I would make an RPG Maker game of you. It would be you going around making guys kiss and making them dance in the shower together.
Oh, my kind of game.
You'd be like, this is hot.
Can you, like, force them to do it, like, violently with a gun to their head, or can you, like, coerce them?
I would have multiple paths of
Right.
what you could do.
Good. It's still, no matter how you did it, it still doesn't feel like you could tape the word, like, pacifist above it. It's all forceful, it's just different kind of force. Alright. So how was your game?
It was really good.
I saw you facepalming there, by the way.
What?
I saw you facepalming there, by the way.
Oh, I was just having a good time.
You're doing a Patrick Stewart there. You're like, Gamerpixie,
No, it
come
wasn't
on.
like that. No, it was really cool to have someone make a fan game about me. It was really fun and creative, and I hope people like it. It ended up being a really good length too. Recorded, it's about 20 minutes. So it was. I never expected anybody was gonna make a game about me. So.
Is this game like available for download, or did they specifically send it to you?
I believe there's a way to get it off Steam. I'm not quite sure how to do that, but I believe there is a way to do that.
Can you search for it, or?
Try searching my name on there. I did see it on Steam. When I put the video out, if need be, I can probably put a link to that. We'll see.
All right. Well, I mean, watch you play it and see if I want to play it. I don't want to give too much away. Is it a text adventure?
It's RPG Maker. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, I know you said that too, but I was like, you know what's funny? It's like I know everything, but I'm like, don't want to say too much because it's it's your shit. So I'm like, oh, I'm dumb. Let's see what you're gonna say. So we don't spoil anything. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm jelly. I would like to have. No, I don't really care, but I still think it's pretty cool that you got a game made after you.
And I almost had gay fan art apparently from you. You're like, no, that was friend art. That's different.
Yeah, gay friend art. Friend gay art. I don't know. It was just. I'm tempted to upload the body frames now, or the models rather, because just to be like, it was there, it was being conceived just in the middle of conception. I was like,
but I like those you
whatever.
mentioned it and everyone knows. I want to. You mentioned this in the previous video. On one of your Outcast videos.
Outcast.
Outlast. Durr.
There's a band or a group called Outlast, and I wanted to make that joke throughout the entire Outlast series. Or like, I wanted to make the joke, but I kept forgetting, and I never made it.
That sucks.
Yeah, I know. I heard the song. It's that "Shake It Like a Polaroid Picture" that's by Outlast, and I was like gonna make a joke about that because we have a camera and I'm fucking have a horrible sense of humor. But I kept forgetting. It was like halfway through the Let's Play and I completely forgot. Sorry, sir. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I don't remember. Oh,
I'm so sorry.
I mentioned before I don't like when people eat in Let's Plays, and you mentioned this before.
Yeah.
So I'm watching the Outlast video, and Gamerpixie does Chubby Bunny. I think she talked about it maybe in the last podcast 2 ago.
I did.
And like right before she does the Chubby Bunny thing, which is putting a bunch of food in her mouth, she's like, I know some people don't like it when you eat, but this isn't eating. I'm like, oh, that's funny. I see what you're doing there.
Yeah, it's true. I never ingested any of it. When I spit it out, it was so weird because, like, Chubby Bunny, like, pushes your cheeks out and stuff. And, like, when I spit out, like, it was really weird. I was like, where is the chipmunk gone? Like, it felt really weird. But, I'm glad that turned out well. Because when I did it, I was like, that's so stupid. Like, that's not even funny. And then I let it set for a little bit, and then I watched it, I'm like, it's not funny, nor is it, like, amazing. Or wait, it's not funny, but isn't great either. So I was like, oh, cool, that's fine. It passes.
I liked it. It was humorous when you have some murderer chasing you and you're like,
It shows how bored I got with that game. I feel bad because, like, if I could go back, I wouldn't do it, but I wish the first, like, 4 videos had a different rhythm to them, because I don't like how I'm all giggly and like, oh my god, so scary. And then all of a sudden I go to Garfield. I think it makes the Garfield part more awesome because it went from, like, really, you know what I'm saying?
I think it's realistic, though. I mean, we've all had that sometimes where you play a game. I mean, Calling probably was like that for you, where you play it starts off good, and then it fucking drags.
Yeah, it just drops. It's like, okay, we should really be done by this point, or not rinse and repeating, because I know it'll probably sound whiny, but what I said last time about the whole, like, oh, before you can do this, you gotta find the key, before you can do... And I know it's like, yeah, well, you find the key, and it's adventure. I'm like, but it's the same thing. It's like, you have a pursuer, now you have to find the key. You have another pursuer, now you have to find the key. And it's just the way it did it. That's why I was pretty frustrated.
I think, too, with survival horror, I think I mentioned that before, when you have something that's supposed to be atmospherically scary, you have to time it right. If you drag it along, you ruin the suspense in the atmosphere.
That is so true, because... yeah, like, in the beginning, the tension is wonderful because it's new and exciting, and then they put you somewhere else and it's new and exciting. But when you just keep doing the same god dang thing, like, it's... And you know what? There are ways to keep it fresh, but they didn't do it. And I feel kind of mean because, like, I know there is a way that they could have done it, but at the same time, I can't think of any examples right now, so, that's sort of like... oh, if you can't do it any better, then you shouldn't judge, which I think is wrong because I still have an opinion. Sorry.
Well, you've played the whole thing. I think they could have cut out large chunks of that game and had it been much better.
Yep, made it better. Or just, not necessarily... oh, I don't fucking know. That whole game... and another reason that game wasn't that good is it was overhyped. And whenever you overhype something, it's not as good. It can be the best thing ever, and when you overhype it, it's just not as good as that. So not only was it not that good, it was also overhyped. So anyway, but I'm done with that. I'm so happy. Yay. Done with that bullshit. I have to do...
sorry.
What were you gonna say?
I think the happiest I was ever after, or the happiest I ever was to be done with an LP was, I mean...
can I guess?
Yes.
Assassin's Creed?
Yes!
Yeah.
When I was finally done with it, I was like, praise God, it's over.
It's done. I love that ending, too. Just walking around the fucking therapy office or whatever. I don't know. Doctor's office. I don't remember what the fuck that was. All I remember is he's wearing a white hoodie and he was attractive until I saw the graphics again. And I was like, you're ugly as shit.
Yeah, because at the end they introduce a game mechanic they never tell you about. And so you've got to fuck around with the controller, and it only works if your character's not moving. Yep. So I spent like 20 minutes walking around, and it's like, I know what happens at the end. I've beat this game before. Why the fuck won't it trigger? And then I had to look it up online, and I was like, why'd you introduce a game mechanic for the last minute of a game and not having shown someone really how to use it or had a reason to use it a lot before?
Well, I think you mean why not introduce a new gaming mechanic?
I mean, because if you want to be a real nerd, you could be like, well, you could use Eagle Vision before, but you never used it there. In Eagle Vision, you didn't have to, like, stop walking, and there was no reason to use it in most of the games, so...
I don't know, I guess, like, you'd get really mad or something, and then you'd be like, oh, there's the ending, because you just rage and press
plus,
on all
honestly,
the buttons.
It's a shit ending.
It's a shitty ending.
It's an ending that they knew they wanted to make a sequel, and they're like, you spent your money and all the time on the ending of the story, but fuck you gotta get by another one.
I really don't like that, but...
Speaking of fuck...
I mean, they did...
Sorry, I'm getting too excited.
Speaking of fuck, I want to hear about fuck.
What about EAA
Fuckhead.
and the new Star Wars Battlefront? It's been announced that if you want to get like all the content, you got to pay $110. It's like $60 for the game, and then
what?
Yeah, and then like the DLC pack is going to be like, or season pass is what they call them now, is like $50.
They call them season pass. That's dumb. That makes it sound really dumber than DLC.
So basically, they're like, pay that ahead of time, and then you get the DLC when it comes out. And they've already said what the DLC is going to mean. So that means they already have the DLC probably done, which I think is a bullshit move when companies do that. Like, if you have it done, sell it with the product. I get it if a year from now you develop it, but...
Well, yeah, because then that would mean that you actually fucking, like, I understand why people do DLC, because they're like, oh yeah, this game's been out for, like, a little bit, but we actually worked together to make this, so we worked and we want money for our work. But it's like, if you just worked the same, like, with the fucking game, just give it to us with the fucking game. Also, DLC to me is dumb. I mean, like, kids, you shouldn't steal, but if you don't want to pay for things, stealing is a really good idea.
You know, that's kind of... I'm not encouraging people to do it, but with all the bullshit I've had to deal with on YouTube...
I pirate.
From music companies that fuck people over, now if somebody's like, I steal my music, I'm like, I don't give a shit. Prior, I was like...
I don't care.
Prior to that, I was like, copyright law, defend that, but I was like... I'm not actively going to steal from someone. I've never have, and I won't. But if somebody else does, I'm not going to be like, don't do it. I mean, they screw people all the time, so...
Yeah. Well, plus, I mean, like, I have... The internet is the Wild West, my dear friend.
The glory days of porno is what we'll tell grandkids. Oh, Junior, before they regulated it, I saw so many women in an elephant.
Women in an elephant?
That too? I love that video. I can't believe you've seen it also.
I'm the creator. Hi.
I think we can put another woman in that elephant. That was the woman, not the elephant.
I can't do it.
Yours was better than mine.
I can't. I can't do it.
For some reason,
Raspberry
I like to...
yourself. Raspberry! Come on, do it with me. That was...
I would like to imagine, though, that you have big creative differences on the set.
The scent?
Yeah, it's gonna smell bad, that many women in an elephant. But,
Yeah, women smell awful. Have you smelled womanly?
Not what I meant. But we have some like big argument with everyone else. You're like, I'm not buying it. I want the giant jeans, and the giant belt, and the giant work belt, so the elephant's a plumber, and we need a wrench for him to hold.
We need a pizza for him to spin in his fucking trunk. God. It's not the porn I watch. Well, I don't watch porn. Never mind.
It's not yaoi, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't watch yaoi. It's funny. Like, I did go through a stage of, like, watching yaoi and being like, did you see what that guy did the other guy? Yeah, I did. And now I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know anymore. It's not even... You know what's funny is, like, when you're first introduced to something and you're like, oh my god, that's sick. And then you watch enough of it or, like, around it enough that you're just kind of like, whatever.
Well, I remember that, like, when you're first introduced to sex stuff when you're young, and you're like, no, and then later on you're like, yeah, I can do dirtier things than that. I'm gonna actually touch a boob someday. Oh, I touched myself, someday. I did it.
Ooh, was that, okay, let's dissect that.
Don't ask if that was a joke, because then I'll be like, oh, burn, I'm gonna go cry now.
No, I was gonna ask if I can do a little analyzing on that. Did you touch yourself in the peck, or did you just touch yourself?
Yeah.
Did you touch your peck?
I just touched myself. It was like above the peck. I wasn't actually trying to touch my boob.
Did you mean to touch your peck though?
No, I just meant to touch myself in general because I was saying I was a boob. But
yeah, there you go. Woo! I love your jokes. That digit joke. Oh my god. Paul made a joke about when there's a doctor. What the fuck. I'm not going to explain this. A doctor cut off a man's fingers.
The doctor in Outlast cut all the fingers off of Miles.
Miles' attractive man. And Paul's like, maybe he likes him. He just wants to get his digits. And I was like, fuck. Because I was at work. And I was so bored. I was looking at my emails. And I saw that comment. And I was just like, I didn't get it. Like, I didn't get it. I was like, well, he has no fingers. He won't be able to write them down. And then, like... Bam! I was helping a customer. Bam! I just got it. I was like, oh my god, dude, that was like the best joke ever. So subtle. Paul's good about that.
That was one of the few ones, though. Once in a while, you write a YouTube comment, and you're like, I want to share this with everyone. That one's good.
You do a lot of good comments. I mean, I do really like that joke, though. Like, it was out of the norm, because it was so subtle. It was just really subtle. And I appreciate those. Yeah, so...
Well, is it getting to be that time?
I don't know. I don't feel sick yet. Hold on, let me see. How long? Yeah, it's been like an hour and 13 minutes. I think we can say bye now.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out and putting up with me, bitchy Butsu McGee.
Yeah, and thanks for, I'm not even going to say putting up with me because I was a damn angel of this podcast.
Angel cast.
Angel Cast. Yeah, so thanks for joining us on this wonderful ride of Podcast 16. We'll see you next time on whatever. I'm actually thinking I'll throw the idea around with Paul, but do you think we should do like a live stream?
We can talk about it and see what would work.
We'll see, yeah. So, there. There you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye!
Goodbye.
It's me kissing the audience.